What's up, kids and squids? Welcome back to this week's episode of Improv Gaming. I'm Jeremy Bird, the host with the most. Secondary, sorry, stealing his title now.
I have like 15 titles.
Biggest Zelda fan in the world, coming right at you. To my right, I have...
Oh, it's me first.
We actually have the real Mr. I'm Wondering and host with the most, Mr. Peter Anderson. And to my far right, we have the best ponytail in the business.
It's fabulous.
Mr. Nicholas Diaz.
How's it going tonight, everybody?
Push it next time.
I am so enjoing this shirt.
You're
I
welcome.
really am. Thank you, gentlemen, for my,
It was a red
my
shirt.
birthday gift.
I actually asked your girlfriend, I was like, because Jay goes, what color should we get? I said, I think his other favorite color is red. I said, if I know...
That's why she fucking asked me that. She goes, what's your favorite color?
I said, I knew it was going to be red. I was like, we already have black. I said, I think it's red. And you know, if he hates it, fuck him.
And rightfully so.
Anywho, you're welcome. Happy birthday, love.
Thank you.
And if you couldn't tell by my intro, the game I'm reviewing this week is Splatoon.
Ooh, and past.
I'm jealous.
Why?
Because he gets to introduce himself. How come I couldn't introduce myself?
Okay, so the story of this is it came out in May, and I had no clue. I didn't even know about the game. I was actually amiibo hunting the day the game came out for like Wario and Charizard and all that stuff. I went to 2 different GameStops, and the one I go to, like my main store, they were like, you really should pick up what?
My main store.
Well, there's 2 near my house, so they were like, you really should pick up Splatoon, and I was like, why? They're like, I've heard it's a great game. It's a new IP for Nintendo. You should definitely check it out. And I'm like, all right, look, if I don't like it, I'll bring it back. I got home, I threw it in the Wii U, and game blew me away.
The rest is history.
The rest.
My opinion, Splatoon is kind of has what I call the Titanfall thing. It's a whole multiplayer game with a small story in the background. Yet Titanfall did it like a pile of shit, and Splatoon did it right. Case in point, when you start the game up, it's a 5-minute intro. Basically explained, here's the world, what's your character look like, you can pick male or female, and then as soon as you jump into that, they literally like, here's how the game works. This does this, that does that, and then they explain the controls, they give you a quick test run of the training level, and they throw you right into the main game. Here's the hub world. When you start Splatoon, every time, they do what's called Inkopolis News update. You have 2 TV show hosts who literally, they go back and forth, little banter, and it's their own language. They're like, stay fresh. It's all 90s-esque lingo when you start the game up. So they saw that, I'm like, oh my god, I'm going to fall in love with this game. So you start up, it literally looks, it's a small city, but it's like, okay, you go straight, and that's the whole battle arena where you can level up your character. You go to the left of the screen, has the different shops where you can buy weapons, clothes, armor upgrades. And then if you go to the right, you have what's the main story, which the main story is quick. You can beat it in like under 2 hours. It took a while just to get it because I was very busy at the time, to go to the main story. But once I got to the main story, learning the different abilities, learning what the whole story is behind, and then finally beating, I was like completely hooked on this game. Here's what got me the most, which was when you beat the main story, the screen's black, but you can still shoot like ink and stuff on the screen to like show the credits and everything. I'm just watching. I'm spraying ink. It shows pictures, characters, blah blah blah. And on the very last couple lines, it says, advisor Shigeru Miyamoto. The very last thing said executive producer Satoru Iwata. Boom. I didn't know he was involved in that game. That made it for me, because literally, like he said, he wants games to be fun. That game is just fun in all essence. Like, I know, it's a Nintendo fanboy spouting about, it's a Nintendo game, you should buy it. No, I didn't know anything about the game, and I was very, very impressed with it. If you ask me why should I get Splatoon, it's fun. It's literally fun. You go in, and when you go into the battle arena, you level up your character to get new weapons, new clothes, and it's funny, because it's not the type of game where when you go to the battle arena, you're going in to kill people. It's what's called turf war. You would just cover everything in ink, and whoever covers the area in more ink, the team wins. You get points, but you can kill people, and literally you can like. First time I played, I went like 0-5. Doesn't mean squat. It's just to annoy people and like when you blow them up and stuff.
What is it? Is it a first person shooter?
Third person shooter.
It's a third person
Yeah.
shooter? Huh.
You're right behind the person. You see the whole body.
So like a Gears of War with paint?
Yeah,
That's,
ink, but
That's kind of cool.
yeah.
Ink, not paint.
I say paint because it looks like paint, but oh fuck, what was I gonna say? Fuck. I lost it.
The online, it's stable and
Very
runs
stable.
well?
The only thing is when you go into the battle arena, you have to wait for 8 players to show up, and once or twice, and it has a time limit. Once or twice, I've sat there and it has to like reset because we're waiting to find one player. But literally, first time you play, you go into matchmaking and boom, you're on fighting with people all over the world.
There's no chat, right? Because it's a Nintendo game.
They took the Nintendo chat out because Nintendo family friendly oriented because I wouldn't want to be called a motherfucker by a 13-year-old across the world.
Or an 8-year-old across the world.
Yeah.
So that actually sells me on that. That sells me on Splatoon because I hate Call of Duty because of that simple fact that 8-year-olds think that they have a chance with my mother.
People bitch about this. They're like, you can't talk to people. I'm like, okay, who cares?
That's my favorite thing.
Yeah.
That like the fact that you can't talk to anybody, that's awesome.
Well, the talking has a point because, Call of Duty, yes, but Gears,
Yeah.
which you should buy. It has a great mentality because you have that. Okay, we're gonna go this way. You're gonna take out the right flank. I'm gonna take out the left flank. We'll meet in the middle. It's more strategy. If you don't have the mic, it's a little bit tougher.
Well,
which I understand.
Same thing with Destiny. Destiny
Yeah.
was always tougher when somebody didn't have a mic.
Yeah, of course.
This one you kind of got to read what the other player's doing. Like literally, I kid you not. Every time you start up, you come from a respawn point. What do I do every single time? I put ink right around the base just to get us a couple extra points, and the guys follow me, and then you can watch them like go their different ways. You can team up with other people and like take out other characters, and just without talking, it's very interesting. Because I used to go solo, and then I'm like, oh, let me team up with these guys and see what happens.
What is your? You thought the story was too short, or just the right amount? What was your thought?
A little bit short. It's a very simple story. Basically, in Ingopolis, there's this it's what's called the Great Zapfish. It powers the whole city and everything. The Octolings are the bad guys. They stole him, so you have to get him back. You go through different like small hubs, which first eases you into the game, and then literally gets progressively harder as you go to each hub. You can vouch for me on this. Yoshi's New Island. I like the game, but the bosses are a fucking joke. And after a while, I'm like, this game is just too easy for me. Splatoon's different. The bosses are very simple and very easy to beat, but holy shit, that last boss took me at least 12 tries to beat because it's a gauntlet. You have to literally keep, first he starts out with one simple attack, then he adds another piece of attack, and it just keeps progressively getting harder and harder and harder to where literally I'm up to phase 5 or 6, and he's throwing everything at me. Energy balls, missiles, a big wave beam, and I'm just waiting for that little telltale where I can shoot the weapon back at him.
Frustratingly good or frustratingly
good? Frustratingly good to where literally I was like, alright, I almost beat you this time. It's not like, oh fuck, I can't beat this boss. No, I want to beat this boss because I'm that close. Literally, for me, it was like trial and error. I made it to phase 3, and I died. I made it to phase 4, I died. I made it to phase 5, I died. Finally, I made it to phase 6, and I beat him, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm just like, okay, that was definitely a worthy boss.
My next question.
Yeah.
You mentioned Titanfall.
Yeah.
That is similar to Titanfall.
Why?
Titanfall dropped off the map after a month. It had all these promises, and after a month, nobody played it. Does Splatoon have that same curse?
No, Splatoon actually sold a good number of Wiis. It's sold at least close to 2.5 to 3 million copies right now. It's the #1 selling game in Japan.
The reason I was so excited to hear Jeremy's take on Splatoon is because I've heard it from so many other people that have played it. Was that, oh, this is a good game, you should check it out. So I wanted to hear your take on it. Because between that and the Gears of War Ultimate Edition, I don't know which console I want to get next, because Splatoon sounds like it's amazingly fun, and Gears of War, I get so many games just for,
Yeah.
So it's just been difficult for me to make my decision because this is a great selling point. Splatoon being a great selling point for the Wii U.
And as of now, they've been doing constant DLC, not the constant updates.
And it's all free, right?
Yeah, it's all free. They haven't gone like you have to pay for this for that. I didn't play Splatoon for like 3 weeks, and all of a sudden it takes a minute to update, and all of a sudden I have like 10 new guns I can play with, and I'm just like, ooh, new guns, new levels, and just that's why like I think that's a good way for the game to like continue to be popular.
Does it warrant the $60 price tag?
It does. You can get it for 53 used. I'd say definitely buy it.
Definitely buy. Out of buy, rent, trade.
Buy.
Buy.
Because, and I'm praying for a sequel because the game was that much fun. You need a little more story, but it was just that fun. The only thing they added was the amiibo challenges, where if you buy the 3-pack or the separate amiibos, you get different challenges, which I finally cracked my Inkling boy open. His challenges aren't bad, just it's like you use different weapons to go through different levels. And I've heard if I can get the squid one, they have the most tough challenges yet, which I'm looking forward to that.
Sounds like it's... The nice thing with Nintendo is when it's a new IP, with is Splatoon, and it sounds like it's a very good thing. People had their mixed feelings about it, but for people who sound like they played, enjoy it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the problem with trying to decide between consoles. You know, you have these great games, you know, and especially coming out, you have Halo 5 for the Xbox One, Mario Maker.
Yeah.
You know, it's all this stuff.
The only minor gripe I had about it is when you first turn the game on, it's motion control. To literally look around, you have to move the Wii motion pad.
Okay.
I don't mind it. It's just my wrist starts bothering me after a while because of playing games for that long.
Well, you're sitting here like this, and that's always difficult. That's
and it's so weird because literally to look and aim,
that's why the 6-axis didn't work too well.
Yeah.
Because you had to.
They do give you the option to turn it off and use the 2 thumbsticks.
Oh, okay.
Literally, I played it for like 3-4 days. My wrists are killing me. Literally, I'm just like, let me just check the options. And then it goes motion controls on or off, and I'm just like, okay, this game just got 10 times better. Because I play like any other game, you play with the 2 thumbsticks. It's like playing Call of Duty or Gears or anything, or Halo with the 2 thumbsticks, and it still works perfectly.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
And the variety of weapons are really good too. You get everything from like paint guns, buckets. You get a super soaker as a weapon.
Nice.
You can have sniper rifles. And they have all secondary weapons. They have grenades, remote mines that track you. They have just all these different things. And they have special weapons too. Shields, bazookas. They have rocket launchers. Just the variety that they're coming out with is just ridiculous of how impressed I am with that.
And it's a buy, without a doubt.
Yeah. Because like I said, I didn't know what to expect when the game came out, and the guy was like, just buy it if you don't like it, bring it back, and literally I started playing it, and I'm like, what did I get myself into?
Nice.
Because that's actually on my contenders for Game of the Year so far.
All right.
Oh,
wow. That's saying a lot.
Staying on Nintendo, we do have a little interesting thing that's coming our way. As many of you know, Mario Maker's coming out. I am stoked, and Jeremy's stoked.
I am stoked as well. I want to see what kind of levels these guys build for me to destroy.
Oh, what do you mean? Let's explain what. What's going to be happening when Mario Maker comes out? We are going to start having gameplay of the Wii U. We're getting a little capture card. It's going to look all nice. We're going to have Wii U stuff. He's probably going to do some Splatoon so you can actually see what it's like.
Yeah.
But...
And you and I will finally do the random Smash Brothers Best of 7 fight.
Oh, so much...
Quick story... Before we went to Evo, him and I would just literally play, train, fight with each other, whatever. And then one night he's like, why don't we just do like a best of 7 random? And I'm just like, this is going to be so good because it's just him and I getting random characters and him and I are just like, give me someone good. And we're just like, half the time we're like, fuck!
Yep.
What did I get him?
Why'd I get Rob? God damn it.
Rob isn't bad if you know how to fight with him.
It's Nintendo. But what we're going to be doing is, when Mario Maker comes out, me and Jeremy, of course, are going to be doing a Let's Play of different levels. I have a pre-ordered. I still will try and get the 8-bit Mario amiibos. I couldn't pre-order those. I was going to try and find them. But me and Jeremy are going to be doing a Let's Plays of the Mario levels that are already there. But what we are going to do for the next couple of weeks, is I will be making a level for Jeremy, and I will be making a level for Nick. And what's going to happen is they're going to have to try and beat that level.
I want one stipulation. Because him and I watch this from Kind of Funny, we're not allowed to edit the levels if we get stuck.
Yep, no editing.
No editing the levels.
The person
Number 2.
who makes it has to beat their own level.
Number 3, they have to be beatable. You can't give us a dead level. Fair?
Absolutely.
Good, because I hate when people. Because I know someone. I figured you'd be the son of a bitch. They're like, okay, here's your level, and you put me in a dead scenario, and I'm like, you can cheat it.
So, make sure you keep an eye on that.
Yep.
And for everything else, the return, Mr. All That Jazz will be back right now. Let us see.
All that jazz. Like the video, subscribe to the channel at youtube.com/Improv Gaming. Of course it's gonna happen.
He was so
And I was so excited.
slash.
So excited. youtube.com/Improv Gaming. Follow us on Instagram or Twitter at improv_gaming. Like us on Facebook at Improv Gaming, space between the 2 words. And you could also catch each of us on Twitch. I'm Improv Cot, he's Improv Cap, and that is IPGJBird.
Yeah, buddy.
And email us at improvgamers@gmail.com. Did I miss something?
No.
He's mad at me because I smacked him in the face.
Good.
No, I was just mimicking, everything like that.
But as always,
Game
game on.
Game on.
Todd, throw on the fucking AC.
And yes, Splatoon does start out with stay fresh, kids in school.